Hey everyone, this is Scott with Great Mac Really. Today I am with Brian and Cheryl Albrecht of To the Moon and Back Frozen Treats. So how are you guys doing today?
Great, thank you.
Good.
And yourself, Scott?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you. So what can you guys tell me about where we're at?
Where we're at? We're at To the Moon.
You're
We're on the moon now.
We're on the moon.
We are at Oak Ridge's location of To the Moon and Back Frozen Treats. We are located basically right behind the Shell gas station here at the Village Shops. If you're familiar with Oak Ridge, it's kind of across the street from the McDonald's in Oak Ridge.
Excellent. So tell me about what you guys do here, because I think it's pretty exciting.
So we are a small batch ice cream shop. We make all of our ice creams fresh in-house. So we actually take customer suggestions and then we follow up and actually make those products.
Nice, nice. How many ice cream flavors do you guys have?
We have made over 233 different ice cream flavors, not including ice flavors that we like to play around with. Yeah, I was gonna say that's about probably around 250.
Nice. So that's a lot. So how many you guys have on right now at any time?
At any time, we have about 35 to 36 out.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite ice cream that you guys have? Or what do
Well,
you think is your personal favorite ice cream?
My personal favorite is our Lunar Lemon. It's kind of been one of our community favorites for a long, long time. And it kind of has its own little cult following because once you try it, you're like, oh, that's really good. I mean, you got to be a lemon lover, but it's a sweet lemon. It's not a sour lemon. So it kind of reminds me of maybe of a lemon meringue pie. And I just like that one the best, but I can't really say because I make them, and so I like a lot of them. Our newest one is a pineapple upside down cake, and that's kind of getting up there close to that Lunar Lemon for me because I love pineapple.
Nice. How about you, Cheryl?
So I'm going to follow up a little bit on that Lunar Lemon. So I think part of what's the following behind that is because so many people during the pandemic lost their sense of taste, and the Lunar Lemon, that they can actually taste the lemon in it. So I think that's why it's a favorite for so many people as well too. My personal favorite, by far, all my staff will tell you my favorite is
Banana pudding.
banana pudding. Yes, it reminds me so much of my grandmother's banana pudding that she made as a child growing up, and I love it.
Yeah, so funny enough, that is actually my favorite flavor too.
Yeah.
And I just had it for the first time the other day because I try to jump around and try different things each time. And I gave it to my wife, and she's like, "That literally tastes like something my grandmother would make."
Yeah, absolutely.
It is like a Southern classic in ice cream form. It's fantastic. So, what is your biggest disaster of ice cream? Because you do a lot of work with different ice creams. You're trying, you're experimental, you're always doing something new. What is that one that you're like, "Oh, this was a terrible idea"?
So I'll answer this one. So last year for April Fool's Day, we decided to come up with a new flavor. And it was one of,
Actually, it was 2 years ago now.
I'm sorry, it was 2 years ago this April. We didn't do one last year because the first year was such a disaster. We decided to make a dill pickle ice cream, and it sounded great. However, there was no recipe whatsoever, so it was just playing around with stuff. And I added too much pickle juice, and it was overwhelmingly gross. And I love dill pickles, so we also then made it into an Italian ice to try that as well. It was equally not as good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's the thing about being experimental, right? Is some
Yes.
things are great, some things are, maybe we'll try something different next time.
Absolutely.
That kind of thing. But, I've been to several ice cream shops in Greensboro, and one thing I like about yours, I guess one of the biggest disappointments I've had at other ice cream shops is I went to one that was very well known in Greensboro, and I heard about the ice cream, and I went there, and it was Hershey's ice cream, and I'm like, well, that's a bummer, because I was thinking, okay, this place makes their own ice cream, it's going to be really good, and it was Hershey's, which is fine, don't get me wrong, but you guys actually handcraft every single thing that you make, you experiment with it, you try it. I think that's something that's really unique about what you guys do here. Now, what kind of compliments have you guys gotten in the past? Or what do people say about
So
this?
one thing that's interesting about, so we are a family of 6, and we're all lactose intolerant. And so we can absolutely not go anywhere and eat Hershey's ice cream. So, but what we found with eating our ice cream is we make it fresh in-house. So we're able to actually eat our ice cream and enjoy it and not suffer through the consequences of that later on as well.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so I heard you guys have won a couple of national awards for your ice cream. Can you tell the audience a little bit about that, what the flavors were, and then what the competition was?
Sure. We're members of the North American Ice Cream Association, and each year we have an annual convention. And this year it was in Las Vegas, and we entered back in, I believe it was August. Yeah, we shipped out a pint of 4 pints of chocolate, 4 pints of vanilla, and they go through rigid testing through Cornell University, and they check for flavoring and bacteria and all sorts of stuff. And chewiness, I mean, all sorts of things you can't think of about ice cream. And we came back with national awards, placing a red ribbon in each of those, vanilla and chocolate.
Nice.
For our first entry, we're very happy with that.
Yeah. That's phenomenal. I mean, especially being a national competition like that.
Yeah.
So you guys here at this location also have space for events and things like that. So can you tell folks about that?
Sure. We have 2 small rooms, which can be opened into one large room, and we can seat about 25 guests in there. And we have ice cream packages that you can either come in and party with us and just come up to the counter and get whatever flavor you'd like as part of the package deal, or you can invite myself or one of our astronauts in to assist with making your own ice cream through an old hand crank unit, and I tell a little bit about where the ice cream started and how it is made and the endothermic effect and all that good stuff. So the kids have a fun ball with that one.
Yeah, bringing in the science of the ice cream piece, which is really cool.
Yes.
So you guys also have some takeaways. So can you tell me about the freezer that sits up front and what's in there?
So we refer to the big freezer up front as Big Mama,
Nickname.
and that's her nickname. We have a love and hate relationship with her. She has a problem where she defrosts. No, she doesn't defrost. She puts frost on all of our pint containers and our pup cups and our Mama's chicken pot pies in there. But yeah, so we've started pining flavors up now with the ingredient labels on the back, and we have our homemade pup cups in there as well for our canine friends, and we encourage them to come into the shop if they're on a leash, well behaved.
Nice.
And then we also have Mama's chicken pot pies in there because they simply are the best.
Oh yeah, they're fantastic. Are they from Kernersville?
They are she's based out of Kernersville, yes sir.
So I heard you guys are opening up a new location. It's top secret right now, but since this is the exclusive interview, can you guys tell us where this is going to be?
Well, drum roll please. We are going to be in Midway, which is basically a South Winston-Salem area. You're welcome as well. Great location near Thomasville, and it's just right off of Highway 52 South on Hickory Trail Road. Hickory Tree Road, I apologize. Hickory Tree Road. And we are excited to get that open early spring, hopefully.
Yeah. And that one, I think I heard it has a drive-through.
Yes, we are hoping to open our drive-through location as well.
Yeah, which would be nice.
Yes.
You know, sometimes, especially like with me, I have a 2 and a 4-year-old, so
you don't want to get them all
I don't want to
out
get them out of the car ever.
Swing by and get a milkshake or ice cream. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's fantastic. When you open that again?
Our goal is.
My goal is mid-March, but I always set the bar high. I would not probably be disappointed if we was pushed back to April Fool's Day.
Excellent.
Early spring.
With a special ice cream flavor, obviously.
But not a dill pickle. Actually, I already have in mind a flavor for this April Fool's Day, yes.
Nice, which will be here 2 months.
It'll be here quickly, yes.
It's coming quick.
We also have Valentine's Day coming up, so
that's right.
We'll have our red velvet cheesecake and other flavors to announce that and help with that.
Excellent.